It's time to upgrade tires for your off-road vehicle, either due to you worn out the stock tires or your mild AT tires left you desiring for something more capable off-road. And you're not 100% sure whether you should upgrade to mud terrain tires for maximum off-road capability or all-terrains for most balanced performance. Choosing one over the other means that you have to compromise in some aspects, and me being someone who have owned both kinds of tires, I want to use my first-hand experience to help you decide on which kind of tires to get. Hi, welcome to 4-Wheel Driver's Life. In this video, we're talking tires, specifically mud terrain tires versus all-terrain tires. We're going to create a pros and cons list and use it to help you decide which one's better for you. Assuming you have already settled on the size and load range of the tires you want and need, then there are several key aspects to consider: tread pattern design, sidewall construction, rubber compound, siping design, noise level, lifetime, weight, and price. Number 1. Tread pattern design. All-terrain tires' tread pattern is designed for mostly on-road with occasional off-road usage in mind. Their tread blocks are more closely grouped together. The depth of tread void is generally shallower, and their ability to eject mud, sand, snow, dirt is inferior to mud terrain tires. Mud terrain tires' larger tread blocks and grooves between the lugs also help with grabbing rocks in certain situations. In my own experience, when my Tundra was equipped with KO2 all-terrain tires, the ability of the truck to climb up a rocky hill is hindered significantly when the surface was wet. However, with the Geolandar MT G003 tires, it had a much easier time made it up the same climb in wet condition. Number 2. Sidewall construction. Mud terrain tires' more aggressive sidewall construction basically are like treads on the shoulder and the side. It will definitely help you grab the terrain harder off the pavement. All-terrain tires like the BFG KO2s and Baja Balls ATs have aggressive enough sidewall and shoulder construction, but not all the all-terrain tires are like that, and most of the all-terrain tires actually lack in this department. Number 3. Rubber compound. In general, rubber compound used in all-terrain tires is much harder and lasts longer than the compound used in mud terrain tires. This is why most all-terrain tires offer 50k plus miles of tread wear warranty, where mud terrains doesn't have anything close to that, if any. Most of the time, mud terrain tires doesn't have any warranty on the tread wear. Number 4. Siping. Siping design plays a huge role in the tire's wet, snow, and ice performance. All all-terrain tires offers full depth siping in their tread blocks. However, few mud terrain tires offer siping, and if they do, most of the time the siping only goes down to half of the tread depth. So when mud terrains are worn down to a certain tread depth, its snow, ice, and wet performance will be dramatically worsened. Speaking of wet, snow, and ice performance, we can't avoid talking about their ratings. Most people don't know the difference between mud and snow tire rating and 3-peak mountain snowflake rating. Essentially, the 3-peak mountain snowflake symbol certifies that a tire is capable of handling extreme winter conditions, where the mud and snow rated only designates that the tires has more traction than other non-mud and snow rated tires in the snow and mud. So it depends on the design, load range, and manufacturer. There are more 3-peak mountain snowflake rated all-terrain tires than mud terrains. Matter of fact, I've never seen a mud terrain tire that is rated for 3-peak mountain snowflake rating. If you know one, please leave a comment below and let me know. Number 5. Noise level. If your off-road vehicle spends more time on the road than off the road, the noise level is something to be strongly considered. I have been in trucks that have very loud tires, and it's just not sustainable for me personally when the tires get way too loud and starting to howl at speed. From my research before I got my Geolandar mud terrain G003 tires, People say that mud terrains are going to be slightly louder than all-terrains. However, they're wrong. I do believe my Geolandar MTs are significantly louder than my previous KO2s, which are all-terrains. When I had my KO2s on, I barely had any road noise from the tires. However, when my Geolandar MTs are mounted, I can immediately feel the difference, hear the difference, and feel the difference. It's not only louder with the humming noise, there are more vibration felt through the truck seats. So after all, noise is just vibrations. And if your truck has a good insulation, you can deaden some of the noise out from mud terrains, but it's definitely a significant increase in terms of noise over all-terrain tires. Number 6, lifetime. Just like the rubber compound we have discussed earlier, all-terrain tires typically have around 50 to 60,000 miles lifetime, where mud terrain's lifetime averages to be around 30 to 40k miles. You're lucky if you can get 40,000 miles out of a mud terrain tires. Due to the softer compound of the mud terrains, it will wear even faster when you push it harder, say towing a trailer or if you have a heavy foot. Number 7, weight. Mud terrains typically weighs 8 to 10% more than the all-terrain tires with the same brand and the same tire size. This increase of rotational mass will affect the acceleration, braking, MPG, and putting a little more stress on your suspension and steering components. So that additional weight is something to be considered because all-terrain tires, you are already kind of stressing your steering components out compared to stock street tires. And do you want to go that little bit further for the maximum off-road capability, or do you want to be easier on your suspension and steering components? Number 8, price. I hate to talk about or even think about the tire price in today's market. Unfortunately, due to I don't know what reason exactly, the price of the tires skyrocketed in the past 3 years. And that helped close the gap between all-terrain tires and mud-terrain tires. A good set of all-terrain tires nowadays averaging about $400 a tire, which is about the same with how much a good set of mud-terrain tire would cost. So they're even in that department. But given that all-terrains last much longer than mud-terrain tires, I do think all-terrain is a better bang for your bucks. So to summarize everything in a pros and cons table, all-terrain tires' tread pattern is closer together than mud-terrain tires. All-terrain tires' sidewall is less aggressive than the mud-terrain tires. All-terrain's rubber compound is harder than the mud-terrain tires. And all-terrain siping is full depth, where mud-terrain tire siping is not full depth, if any. All-terrain tires is less noisy than the mud-terrain tires. All-terrain tires average about 60,000 miles lifetime, where mud-terrains about 30,000 miles. In general, mud-terrain tires weighs about 10% more than all-terrain tires, given the same size and load range. In today's market, all-terrain tires has double the value per miles over mud-terrain tires. So which tire would I choose? If I do 90% of the driving on the road and less than 10% driving off the road, I would definitely go with all-terrain tires. But then if I value maximum off-road capability and a little more of, a lot more of noisy experience on the road, it won't bother me, then I'm definitely going mud terrains. However, there's a third option, which is a hybrid tire, which I'm going to cover in a later episode. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned.